forget. All right, it's August still, so we're doing another 2025 fantasy football mock draft. This is the final week we're going to do them, so we're going to do them one each weekday, one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Obviously not Friday because we're preparing. Plus, it's a holiday weekend too. Plus, preparing for the season. But yeah, I'm going to post the link right here. We have 4 more spots, so link is in the chat right now. If we don't have a full room here by the time we do the intros, I will put this out on Twitter, and then we'll have a full room. But as you can see in the mock draft right now, Kenny is in the mock draft. He is not one of our co-hosts tonight, although I did send him the link. But we'll enter the co-host in a second. But please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something for the merch store. It is March is Greed Month. So we actually, I don't know if you knew this, but because June is Pride Month, I figured, well, what about the other 6 deadly sins? So I determined March is Greed Month because that's it was Nancy Pelosi's birthday. So, you can see there. So actually, my daughter is too. I was like, "Is this Ba?" And she's like, "No." Is this other grandma? No. Is this mommy? No. I was like, "Is this Nancy Pelosi?" She's like, "Yes." I think she has no idea who that is. I thought that was so funny. But anyway, you can get that shirt as well as many other shirts here at the merch store. We currently have a 20% off sale. We have mugs. We have our famous apron. Lots of other t-shirts. The Adam Aaron F to Me t-shirt is new, so you can get that as well. You can buy my books. I have 3 of them. The most recent one is Jerks to the College Years, where I made fun of people I saw at Penn State for 6 years. Had a lot of fun there. Had a lot of fun writing this book. I think you guys had a lot of fun reading it. Also, please consider super chats, super stickers. It's the best way to support the show. Armac gave us $100 super chat last week. Thank you so much, Armac. Just really appreciate that. That helps out a lot. Because YouTube ads, I always say this, YouTube ads pay nothing, so you guys really help carry us with these super chats. So in the past, we had John Sanders, Slew, and then Armac recently helping us a lot, and then Can't Make an Eagle, Genanon, and several others. The boss. So just really appreciate it. So we are joined today by Aju Matthew. So he's been in my fantasy league, my main fantasy league, for 22 years now. Is that
I think we're going on 23rd year or something like that, right? Yeah, it's been over 20 some years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We've been doing this since the days of Dante Culpepper, so it's and Curtis Martin. So
I started doing fantasy, and I don't know when you started, but I started doing. I think we're about the same age. Like we started doing fantasy in '94, I want to say, or '95. Like Jerry Rice was on my first fantasy team. I had John Elway and Jerry Rice, but like that was the first year. That was like the 1 year Jerry Rice got injured, so I didn't really get to like reap the benefits from that.
I didn't start that early, Walt. I think our league was actually my first league when I joined.
Okay.
I don't want to do fantasy football. Then I joined our league and I loved it, and then now I'm like in 10 leagues yearly. So yeah, it's been a fun ride.
And you're in something called a zombie league, but that's why actually I just tweeted out the 2 more spots. Yep. They just filled. Real quick, you're in something called the zombie league, which is why you're Negan. You have the first spot. You're Negan. Do you want to explain that before we begin here?
Yeah. So the zombie league, what happens is the bottom players, so the top bottom 4 teams, if in the 10 league or 12 league, depending on how you want to set it up, the bottom teams become zombies, meaning that you lose everybody you drafted, and then you have a budget and you got to reclaim them on a weekly basis. Any team, all the teams have the option to buy them. So it goes on that way. So every time, so if a zombie team redrafts and then they have a game against a regular team and you beat them, that team becomes a zombie team. You lose all your players. So over the course of the year, the idea is for you to set up a lineup in such a way that you don't lose. If you lose, it's done. It's fun, but it's different. We did that a few years when I joined Sleeper. That was the first zombie. It was a zombie league that I joined Sleeper for. So I created my name as Negan based on the Walking Dead reference. So that's why. It's different, but not for everybody.
Okay, it sounds very cool. I've never done it, but I've heard it before. All right, let's start this draft. So You have the number one pick. So who are you taking with the seven?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Saquon Barkley. That's my
Okay.
guy. I know Jamar Chase is there. If this was a PPR league, I'll go with Jamar Chase.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna stick with our Eagles running back. He had a great last year. He has looked good. I don't see um, any reason to doubt him. Again, we have the naysayers, right? That say a lot of load from last year, but we still have
Mhm.
the best offensive line.
Yep.
We can make a case about any running back that way. I think, um, as a negative point, but I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, the one thing I hear about Barkley is that just big workload from last year. He had the most touches in the NFL, and historically, any running back who's had the most touches tends to fall off. My argument is that he's the best player in the NFL, and like you said, great offensive line, great team overall. Maybe his touches go down a little bit, but that just means that he might be getting bigger workloads come late in the year when it matters most for the fantasy playoffs. So. I like the pick. I know I understand. Look, I get the argument, but what would you say to that? Like, just like the heavy workload, because someone like Bijan Robinson doesn't have that workload, for example.
Yeah, I mean the workload is part of it, right? Like, so I remember we talked about Curtis Martin. I remember the first two leagues when I was drafting, and that was always the thing with him is he's aged. Jets were running him a lot during those years, but he was consistent. He kept doing that behind not much of a better offensive line. I think we have a good offensive line. We have a good wide receiver core. So initially, I think defenses will, be on top of him. But if our offense opens up, Barkley could repeat the same season he had last year. So
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Yeah, he could definitely have a great year for sure. Derrick Henry goes, so now I'm on the clock. I hate drafting at the end. I just feel like I just never get who I want. There are some receivers on the board here who are interesting. Which I guess is like, in a three receiver league, I think you definitely have to consider them. But I feel like the running backs kind of wear out or just kind of disappear very quickly. And so I just want to get the running backs. I know that this might be a little too early, although we've seen Bucky Irving get drafted sixth overall in some of these mock drafts. I'm a huge fan of Bucky Irving. He's my number 4 running back. Do you have any interest in Bucky Irving this year?
I do. I do. I think he's going to be good. He was good, great last year, and he has he proved himself last year. And I don't think Rashad White would get as much touch this year. Was it Rashad White? Yeah,
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 Rashad White.
yeah.
Yep.
As much as last year. So I think Irving's clearly the number one guy there, and the offense is almost unchanged. I mean, there's a receiver issue there, but I think Mike Evans is still good. The rookie is pretty good. Looks like Chris Godwin's going to come back earlier than expected because they're going to keep him on the active roster, not on the POP. So that's a great pick. There's only one other running back that I would have ranked over him that who hasn't been picked yet.
Okay.
So yeah,
When he gets taken, let us know, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we can discuss it. Maybe I'll say why I took Irving over him. I might have an idea who that is, but I just don't want. I hate calling out players who
That's
haven't
right.
been
Yeah,
drafted yet.
yep,
Like that's my biggest pet peeve because sometimes when I do a draft when it was live, like we haven't drafted live in forever. I haven't done a live draft since COVID. I don't know about you, but like we used to do live drafts all the time, and
yep.
now it's all online. Like no live drafts since COVID. It's kind of crazy. But like my biggest pet peeve was like when like I had a name I wanted, and then like people in the background would be like, oh, this so and so hasn't been drafted yet. I'm like, shut up. I want this guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I,
Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah.
We still do live drafts. I just had an auction league last week.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was.
Well, Chase Brown, I like a lot. I was going to take him with my next pick. I take it Chase Brown wasn't your next guy.
He is one of them, but not the guy I was talking about. I think Chase Brown's up there, but I had somebody else ranked above both of these guys.
Yeah. Is Connor drafting? You think I assume that's that is a joke from the Fantasy Football Counselor show, where is Connor the concheapsis? Where if you state an opinion that's like with the consensus sheep, he brings Connor the sheep on. So it's a great bit. I think it's hilarious. Sue asking ESPN sharing scoring fill the 2 spots for week 1 RB2 and flex with this group. By the way, I did post my week 1 fantasy rankings. I just forgot to link it on the homepage, but it's up. So Henderson, Pollard, Egbuka, Pearsall, standard scoring. So running backs are more impactful. I'd say, I'd say Henderson and Pearsall. I think. Well, no, it's so close with Henderson, Pearsall, Egbuka. I think Pollard's
Egbuka,
out. I think, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Egbuka being a rookie, I would probably lean slightly towards Pearsall. But Tampa Bay, there's a lot of targets that Egbuka can get. So
yeah, I love
Henderson's definitely the number one.
Yeah, Henderson's number one for sure.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams. These are not. He's on auto draft. I actually think he set his rankings. So these would not be auto picked. Like they're not best player available. So this guy set his. He's not here, but he set his rankings. So that's at least nice. All right. So HN is another guy.
That's the guy I was talking about. I think I would have drafted him ahead of Irving.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's injury concerns, but I think he's a really dynamic player.
Yeah.
And I think one of the top 4 running backs, I would say.
Yeah. I think he's my number 6 running back. So he was the next best player on the board. I would have taken him if he was there. So I'm kind of in a tough spot here. I can either take. I have 2 receivers I ranked highly, but like I said, I think receivers like tend to fall. Like in the rounds 4 through 7 or 8, like they're usually receivers I really like. And then once you get to those rounds, I can't find any running backs I like. So this guy might be a reach, but I'm going to take him. It is Josh Jacobs. I usually want to get him like late 2nd rounds, but he's my top running back who's left on the board. So any thoughts to Josh Jacobs here?
He's a solid pick. I mean, he had a great year last year too. No changes there again. He might get more load because of how Love has been playing. So I think it's a solid pick right there. And there's nothing negative about him that we can say that he can't repeat what he did last year. So
yeah,
I think it's just a solid pick there.
I'm just tilted I didn't get Brown or HN. I was thinking like I'd start Irving Brown or Irving HN, and it didn't work out. And like these drafts I do every weeknight, I get sniped like crazy. It's insane. Like every time, like, oh, I want to get this player. I think I get him. Nope. Just don't get him.
Well, I mean that's the other thing, right? If Jacobs is something you wanted, go for him, right? Because he's not going to come back to you.
Right, that's 100%. Yeah, Kenny's in the chat, bros. Kenny, what's going on? Kenny said he's on his phone, so he can't join us, unfortunately. But he drafted Justin Jefferson 107. A little surprised though. Kenny usually goes after running backs first. So Kenny will. But if you want to share your thoughts, since you can't come on the show, you want to share your thoughts on your picks as well as ours. Definitely feel free. Any surprises here yet, Aju? Like I don't.
I mean, Gianti going that early is a little surprise. I mean, he's great, but still a rookie running back.
Yeah.
Growing pains, and it's Raiders we're talking about. So listen, Josh Jacobs, even he is Josh Jacobs. He had tough time and at the Raiders. He was solid, but still, he had. It took him time to get going in Oakland. Well, we have a new coach there, right? He's interested in running the ball more, so it could work out. But I still think that's a little too early. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it was the nepotism pick. Like Charlie, our senior NFL draft analyst, he ruffled some feathers there when he brought up nepotism, because Pete Carroll's son is the run game coordinator for the Raiders, and so you think like if you want your son to get a offensive coordinator job, Like
He
you
better
would.
run the ball, right?
Right, and you give him the best running back in the draft, of course. So like people were very unhappy that Charlie was like, because he didn't say, oh, this is nepotism. He's like, well, people brought up that this might be nepotism, and so they weren't very pleased with that. Kenny Christian McCaffrey, wow, Kenny
Wow,
with
that's
unkenny like picks here, because I know Kenny doesn't like McCaffrey, so. I would like to, Kenny, please let us know
yeah.
what you're doing here. What
McCaffrey burned me multiple times, multiple leagues last year.
mm,
So yeah, I'm going to stay away from him this year, especially after the trade. When they traded for like running back,
yeah,
the team itself is not so sure about the health.
yeah.
They're having the same thoughts as last year. How much can he last? So I'm going to stay away from McCaffrey this year.
He has chronic Achilles tendonitis in both legs.
Yeah.
And he's 29.
Yeah.
It's a very, very scary situation. And plus, like, the huge workloads he's had over the years. He's and you're up 3 weeks. He has I think he has missed 48.5% of his games since 2021. That's crazy. Like I don't want McCaffrey. A hypothetical for you. I've asked everyone this. Where would you take McCaffrey? Like, because obviously at some point you take, if he's there like hypothetically last round, obviously never going to happen.
Yeah,
you take him. You take him, obviously. So like, where's the breaking point? Like where would you take McCaffrey and not feel bad about it?
Not feel bad about it. Like if I get him in the 5th or 6th round,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for him. Right? Like he's still a dynamic player.
Yeah.
I can't rely on him for him to help me carry the team with like a top pick. The first 2-3 rounds, I can't. I need a stud running back or wide receiver that can carry me.
Yeah.
But injury happens. Like he was my stud last year, but he got injured and I lost some of my leagues because of that. So
yeah, a lot of people lost their leagues because of him. Like he killed them. Like I always say, you can't win your draft in the first 2 rounds, but you can lose it. Because I always say that. I always say that because you're going to get a stud in the first round, but so is half the league. I think it's like 4 to 6 first round picks bust. So like that means 6 to 8 teams are going to get great players. So you're not going to win your league. But you're up, by the way. But like if you draft the bust, like that's first round production. You don't have that half the league does. So you're in a huge hole. All right. So what are you thinking with the 2 picks you have right now?
Now, see, listen, I want to always go running back, wide receiver, but I'm not seeing that many great players. Like a lot of all the studs, what you might want to call it, probably left already. I'm not actually taking notes on my side in terms of who left, who went.
I was taking notes. I forgot. Like, I stopped middle second round. I got to catch up myself.
Yeah. I got to cut players out of the list I have. So let me see, who do I have left?
All my round 2 players are gone. So
yeah,
I do have some. I have several rounds. You
I
have
mean,
30 seconds.
I would probably here. I'm gonna go with
Brock Bowers. Okay, and you have one more pick.
Yeah, I'll go with T. Higgins.
Okay, so why'd you take Bowers and Higgins?
I mean, 2 crucial starting positions, right? Bowers definitely is a stud. We need a tight end in this league to start, and then I want to have a decent wide receiver. T. Higgins, I think, had a great last year. Joe Burrow has to throw a lot. Jamar Chase is going to get the attention. So with T, I mean, the ball has to go somewhere, right? These 2 are good options. T. Higgins anywhere else will be number 1.
Yeah, for sure.
I would definitely. I'm looking at this list right now. I should have adjusted the sleeper list. It's not, but out of the names I saw, he stood out. So I just picked up again. I should do a better job of ranking my players before the draft here. So
Yeah, yeah. I never have that. I have on the site I have a page called Round Tiers, which is the
Uh-huh.
first time I published that. And so it's just like round one, I would take these players. Round two, I would
Right.
take these players. I don't list everyone.
Yeah.
Like someone asked me today, like, where's Kenneth Walker? Well, I guess I shouldn't have mentioned him because he wasn't taken. But but this is negative. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to take him. So I think he's going too early. So I just didn't list him. So yeah, maybe round six if he's there, but like
Yeah,
he's
I
not going to
think.
be there round six. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I messed up. There was another player I could have drafted, but because I wasn't keeping up with my list, um, I missed him.
Well, I was going to take Travion Henderson, Yo
Yeah,
took
exactly. That was the guy I was talking. Looking at. I thought it was gone.
yeah,
I figured it.
Hampton and Henderson were two guys I was hoping to get 310.
Yeah.
When I do best ball drafts, like I tend to get those guys, one of those guys in the third round or Kyron Williams. Yeah, apparently that's not going to happen. Audrey, would you call me a little crazy if I told you I've done 185 best ball drafts this summer?
Yeah, I would. I actually did two. The best ball ones.
You did two of them?
I did two of them, but when I did the first one, I just did it quickly. Then I realized, oh, you can never set up your league, so I don't have a backup quarterback.
Oh my
So
god! Okay.
one of the weeks, I'm gonna have a zero. I'm definitely losing.
I know someone who did that.
Yeah.
They texted me right away. I'm like, oh no, I can't pick up
Yeah,
players, right?
yeah. I actually did. Remember we talked about it, best
Yeah,
ball,
yeah.
and I went in and just drafted the team without even looking at the rules. I'm like, oh, I can't set up a league.
That's funny.
Because it's a long draft, so I put stuff on auto draft,
Yeah.
and I didn't pick a QB, and it just happened. Okay, so
Yeah, I do it when I'm like in the bathroom or like if I'm watching the kids. They're
yeah,
just they're playing like blocks or whatever. I'll just do a draft. So that's how I set it up. So right here, my best player available, best players available, I should say, are all quarterbacks. They're four of them. So I can obviously Trump best and to the moon aren't going to draft all four, right? So I could go somewhere else right now, and I just want to. I almost want to continue finishing my running backs, but at the same, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna draft one more running back and then kind of be done with the position for a while.
yeah,
I'm gonna take Chuba Hubbard. Carolina's offensive line is sick. I feel like people don't really recognize that. I know like Chuba Hubbard's not like the most talented player, but the great situation behind that offensive line. So I like him. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with my running backs, and like I said, there are a bunch of quarterbacks still here, and I don't even know if I'm going to take a quarterback. I might want to wait. So Jackson, Daniels, and really all go. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I think we had a question. No need to rank players when one has done over 150 drafts. Yeah, I feel like I'm on like autopilot by now.
yeah.
It's always the first time Mr. Kenny project you taking Kamara at 4-6, so we'll see about that. Kenny loves Kamara. We actually got into a big argument about Alvin Kamara. I want to. I know he wasn't taken yet. This is a mock draft. I want to get your opinion on Alvin Kamara. Maybe settle this debate I had with Kenny. We were at odds. The fisticuffs we're gonna have. Not just kidding, but like we were having this big argument about Alvin Kamara during last week's stream. Where do you? Trump best. I was going to take Sutton. Come on. Where do you stand on Alvin Kamara?
I mean, he's. If you look at it this year, I'm still thinking just an average middle of the pack running back, because of the offense he is in, and looking at what happened last year. I mean, he's super talented, but again, ages get catching up with them. So I think he's a middle of the pack running back, exactly where he got drafted. But what's Kenny's thought on it? He's like much top 10.
Kenny likes Kamara. I think fourth roundish. As Slew in the chat said, he thinks Kenny's going to take Kamara at 406. Troy, please don't draft Kamara so we can see what Kenny's going to do. No. So Kenny likes Kamara in the fourth round. I am way down on Kamara. I said I would not take him until maybe the 7th round. I just really don't like him this year.
Yeah.
A few reasons. Well, first of all, he's 30, so on the older side. That doesn't mean that he's like automatically going to regress, but history is against him here. So McLaurin goes. We'll see what Kenny does. The second thing is that this is the worst team he's ever played on, and I have a rule that I just say that like I don't want to draft players on horrible offenses. Kenny did not take Kamara. Kenny likes Brees Hall apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to draft non-elite players on horrible teams. That is the second thing, and to me, plus he's injury prone too. That's another thing. And the scariest thing to me is that given that he's so old, and the Saints are gonna be so bad, I feel like down the stretch, during fantasy football playoffs time, you're gonna run into the possibility that the coaches are gonna be like, you know what, we're 2-12 right now. Alvin, instead of the 20 touches you give you every week, we're gonna give you like 12. And there goes Kamara. We're gonna give you 12 because we want to work in the younger guys. Plus, like, there's no reason to run you into the ground. And so you're gonna have a guy who you're relying on as maybe your RB2, who's just not going to be playing all that much down the stretch, and he tends to fade anyway. So like, both those things can coalesce and just really ruin your fantasy playoff run. So like, there's just a few reasons why I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you there in terms of age and the team he's playing for and where he stands, right? So
yeah,
at this point, he's not an elite player anymore. He used to be a few years back,
yeah,
and there was a different offense, right? They played in a different offense.
Yeah, he was a stud. He was amazing. Kenny said one of his favorite players, and like he was so fun to watch. But Father Time has never lost, and feels like Kamara's career is almost over at this point. So I'd rather draft younger players, just players with more upside, players who aren't going to maybe sit in fantasy playoffs when that comes around. So that was just my stance. So you're up on the clock right now. James Conner Pacheco just went. So what are you doing with these two picks?
Yeah, so I need a running back. I'm going to probably go with DeAndre Swift here. All the running backs I was thinking are going to drop to me just when here, right? I was looking at, I thought Harvey's going to last a little more longer.
Yeah.
And I thought Pacheco was going to last a little longer. They're all gone. Connor's even below Swift for me. He's gone. So I had to go with Swift. Let me look at who's my other running back that's left.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to read this. Kenny says, I've been intentionally passing on some guys. I like to get a sense of where other people are taking those guys. Yeah, that's definitely the correct thing to do in these mock drafts. So, yeah, you always want to experiment. Okay, so you took Tyron Tracy. Want to talk about him?
Yeah, I thought he had a great year last year. Giants they have a good offensive line. I think Russell Wilson could bring some stability. Who knows? In either case, they're going to run the ball a bit more than they did before. So we'll see. I think Tracy could have a decent year. And at this point, I need a backup running back just in case something happens to Barkley or Swift doesn't span out. I need a backup there. So I'll go with depth at running backs, and I don't think anybody's going to last on the way back.
Yeah, Scary Hours just took Charbonnet, one of my favorite sleepers. So I never get any of the sleepers I want. I'm kind of used to this by now. Montgomery goes. So I like Tracy too. I think he's one of my favorite running backs in like once you get past like the first few rounds, like I think he's one of the better ones. Tyreek Hill fell to 506. He's been falling to 5 in the 5th round in our drafts, and I think he's fine in the 5th round, but like I'm worried about him. What are your thoughts on Hill? Because like Kenny and I, that's like the other guy we disagreed on.
Yeah, I think it's both on the field and off the field issues right there, right? Like he listen, when he plays well and he's gelling, he is phenomenal. But last year he was okay. I think he's lost a step or two, right? Which was the primary reason for him being so good. He'll just burn people, but he can't. And he's not a big guy. He's a small guy. He's strong, but he was fast, not anymore. So I think um, he is he's drafted at the right spot right now. I don't think I'm going to draft him in the first 4 round. I might even skip on him this year
Hmm.
because I don't want to invest too much. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
with
this
yeah,
is like where he should be going fifth round. Like
yeah,
he usually goes like round three in most drafts I've done.
yeah. I would not do that. I
Yeah,
would not
definitely.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, Kenny and I were at odds about Hill as well. But what are your thoughts on Derrick Henry? I think he's gonna be fine this year. You know, he's old, so like there's a concern with that. He could
yeah.
regress at any
See,
moment. You got
Henry's built different,
hmm.
right?
Yeah,
He can just. I think in that offense with Lamar Jackson being a running threat, defenses have to focus on both of them, right? So I think Henry has landed in a good place last year, and we saw that he had a great year, even though Lamar was running so much. I think Henry had a great season. If not for Barkley having the season he had, I think Derrick Henry was going to be like the offensive player of the year, could be right, the best running back in the league
yeah.
last year was Derrick Henry. So I think he's going to do just fine there. Um, I would not rank him above Irving or A Chain for some reason. Even I think Chase Brown might have a better year than Henry, but you never know. I think he's gonna be good this year. You can't
Hmm.
go wrong with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him. For kind of where he goes, I think he's gonna have a good year. I like other guys over him. You know, like you mentioned, Irving, Chase Brown, HN. I have them over Henry, so I'm just not getting him. But like, if I'm on auto draft and he falls to me and I
Yeah,
take him, I'm like not upset about it. You know.
yeah. You can't be. He has been consistent,
Mhm.
and he's built different. So hopefully he doesn't get hurt.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at some point, you know, it's gonna fall. The wheels are gonna fall off. But doesn't seem like we have no indications of that. You know.
Yeah, he's not
Um,
slowing down anytime soon. Yeah, at
yeah.
least it
Exactly.
doesn't look like it. Yet.
Yeah. Pearsall goes. All the receivers I wanted have gone. I went Devontae Smith to pair with Jalen Hurts. You know, you don't
Yeah,
really have to stack and redraft, but it can be good. I try to stack if I can, if it makes sense. And with the Hurts Smith stack, you know, as an Eagles fan, what are your thoughts on Ibuko? So all the receivers I wanted are gone. Let's try to figure something out here. I was like one of Hunter, Pearsall, or Ibuka is going to fall to me, right? No.
yeah. That's every draft I've done. Right, like I'm hoping people will fall to me, and
Yeah.
it's like they're reading my mind. They're reading the
Yes.
same notes I'm reading. After these first 4 rounds, it's so tough to get a good player. You just
I know.
have to look at what's available and what your needs are, and just um, you know throw it up in the air and hope it. Like it's like a hail mary, right? Like hoping this player you pick at the spot is going to work out for you.
Yeah.
So
And some guys have really fallen. I'm kind of surprised by this. Trying to
yeah, I
figure out.
see. I see a couple of receivers that I would pick higher. Hopefully they
Yeah.
last because I need them.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Talk about old players who have maybe lost or going
Oh,
to
there you
lose.
go. Mike Evans gone.
Yeah, look,
Just thinking about it.
I love Ibuka. I actually have Ibuka ranked. I think I have him higher than Evans. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I do, like barely. I have Ibuka receiver 21. I have Evans receiver 23. But like round 6, you know, like I hate Evans in round 3 where he goes. He's ADP. I just looked it up today. Is 312. Like that's insanely early. Evans is 603. On the other hand, is much more appealing. I worry, you know, he's 32, hamstring issues over the years. He could fall off, and you know, this may, if I get him in a real league, this could hurt me eventually. But like,
Yeah.
it's like far less risk in the 6th round than the 3rd round. You know?
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely he's been another Mr. Consistent, right? Like he has been doing what 1,000 yard seasons for how,
Yeah.
how long? So and
Yeah.
with Godwin not being there, and with the chemistry he had with what's his name last year,
Yeah. Mayfield.
Mayfield, yes.
Mhm.
I think it's going to continue. He will have a decent year
Yeah.
um,
If he stays
if he's
healthy, yeah.
healthy. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that the age and injury history is worrying, but like, yeah, when he stays on the field, he should still do well, I think. So yeah, although I think Ibuka could emerge as the receiver one. I think he's like a special player, and just really think that he's a great pick this year. And I think like people early on in the summer were just like really sleeping on him and just didn't like. All I heard was like, "Oh, too many mouths to feed." Well, I'm like, well, Godwin's not going to play for a while. McMillan is not a threat. Like he was already ahead of McMillan, and McMillan got hurt. And then I was like, Evans is 32, his hamstring issues. Like he could miss time, and so like suddenly Ibuka might be the only receiver there. So it's just kind of like doing those mental gymnastics. But so I was drafting him a lot in best ball. I was drafting him like 9th round came around every time. It was like Ibuka time, and then it was like 8th round, like Ibuka time, and now he's going 5th round in best ball. So I'm not getting him as often, but it's just kind of like lesson learned for me. Like I'm gonna do so many more best ball drafts earlier next summer because I don't even want to draft now. I just don't get anyone I want. Like everyone knows everything now, but whereas like beforehand, like even like 3 weeks ago, like people just weren't caught up to what was really going to happen. So
That's right.
Yeah, just kind of figure that out. Kenny went with Aaron Jones. So his previous 2 picks, Zay Flowers and Aaron Jones. How do you think Kenny's doing in his draft? Oh, you're up in 1 pick, but I don't
Oh
want to.
yeah. Let me just clean up my list and see who's available.
Okay. All right. While you do that,
Yeah.
Devontae Smith isn't playing until week 4. Is that correct? I didn't think that was true.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah. What's just a groin issue, right?
Yeah, I think he should be fine.
Yeah, it's a minor groin issue. He's fine. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not out till week 4. I truly feel my team should never been allowed to happen. Which is your team? Look at it now. And then what are your thoughts on my keeper league roster? Allen, Irving, Rice, Worthy, Pollard, Pickens, Mayer. Is that Jacoby Myers or Michael Mayer? We draft on Sunday. I have the 10th going to draft a bunch of rookies. Well, if it's Michael Mayer, I would really try to get better at tight end. But looks pretty good. I'm not a big Worthy guy, but okay, Jacoby Myers. Okay, that's much better than Michael Mayer. That looks looks like a solid team. Not a huge fan of Jacoby Myers. Not a huge fan of Pickens, although he's not bad. I'm not a huge fan of Worthy, but like these are not bad players by any means. I think you have a good team. So just make sure you nail your draft, and then you could have a great team potentially. So Savage is running up on the clock here, and then you are going to be up in 1 second. Judkins goes okay. Judkins. Well, that's definitely auto pick. So
yeah,
you're up with 2 picks. So do you have any idea what you're doing yet?
Yeah, I need some receiver help. I believe. Like, let me look at the roster. We have just one. So there's 2 flex positions in this league, right?
Not necessarily. I think it's just 1 flex in this.
Okay. Look at the roster.
While you look, I'll read some comments. I have the 9th pick. There's a 10-team league. What do you think about Bowers in the 2nd round? In 10-team, no, not in the 2nd round. If you were drafting like 1st and you had like the last pick in the 2nd round, I could think that's okay. But like at 202 or sorry, 202 in a 10-team, that is full PPR. Unless you're getting like 1.5 points for a tight end PPR, I know those leagues exist. Maybe you do that then, but there are just so many better options at number number 12 overall. So I would not do it. I would not draft them that early. So you took Xavier Worthy. You have 1 more pick left to do. Mega says drifting while putting the kids to bed. I would have gone Pearsall over Hunter if I remembered I had Thomas. Well, all you need to do is just draft Trevor Lawrence, the full stack, and you basically have a best ball draft, basically. Well, you already have Lamar Jackson, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. But like that's what you should do in best ball. Is kind of like stack your team to get the ultimate upside. Okay, so you went a Dunze and then Moore. So interesting that you went a Dunze over Moore. Actually, I have a Dunze ranked higher than Moore. Do you want to talk about why you took those 2 players?
I think. Like Caleb Williams is going to be much better this year. He was supposed to have he's supposed to have a rapport with the Dunze because of his college years. We saw some of that last year. I think it develops into much more this year. I think the offense is supposed to be better. Um, so I'm hoping what we are hearing in the media about Caleb Williams getting better, offense showing better signs, works out, and I think Adunze is the clear number one receiver there. And at this point, I need somebody to be one of those top receivers because I only have Higgins and Worthy, um, and this is the best thing receiver I thought was available in the draft right now.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Dunze. Mentioned Charlie Campbell earlier. He talked to a bunch of teams before that, the 2024 draft, and a lot of them had a Dunze like right next to like neighbors in talent.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's super close. Mixon goes to Trophy. I don't know if you heard Mixon's out for the first 4 weeks
Yep.
at least. So yeah, don't draft Mixon that early. But anyway, yeah. They had like Harrison Neighbors 1A, 1B, and then like almost 1C was a Dunze. Like he was super close to those guys. He went 9th overall in a strong draft. He's super talented. He looked like the receiver one on that team, and albeit like small size in the preseason. Kenny Tick, Joe Warren. And this I might just be reading things out of nowhere. Like this might be a nothing burger.
Yeah.
But when I watched that game, that Bears Chiefs preseason game, they were doing the 2-minute drill. Like so, like the clock was ticking. They were running back. Everyone was running back to the line of scrimmage. DJ Moore was doing like a light jog, and like the look on his face was like, I don't want to be here. He looked like bored. He looked like, why am I not getting the ball?
Yeah.
And he himself earlier in the offseason said he's not going to get as many touches this year. So I feel like he kind of maybe knows that the writing's on the wall there, that he's kind of being phased out as the receiver one, and it's going to be the Dunze show. So that's kind of like why I'm just not really interested in more this year.
Yeah, more. I think I've been seeing that, more going from an elite number one receiver to, like a supporting cast the past 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was last year as well. Like we expected him to be number one, but his numbers were not there to show it. Where was he the year before? I think something similar happened. Was he in Carolina still the year before? Or?
No, in 2 years ago, he was he was in Chicago with Justin Fields. He had like,
that's right, yeah.
He had that insane Thursday night game where he caught a couple of deep touchdowns.
But that's about it. Yeah.
He had like statistically a great year. All of his production came in like 3 games.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brian Robinson Jr. goes. He kind of like popped on the screen there because he's going to be the new Pacheco. Rest in peace, my best ball draft. So I took Pacheco. All right, so I am up right now, and there is unless I missed him, there should be Matthew Golden's here. I'm going to take Matthew Golden.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, looks good.
Value pick. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, he caught a deep pass from Malik Willis in the most recent preseason game. So good sign, I guess. He's speedy receiver, he's talented. Not like I wasn't like super high on him like Ibuka, but I think he's a good player. We'll see what he does. So Trey Benson trying to cross out players here. Bigsby goes. That's Kenny, one of Kenny's guys. I actually had a draft yesterday. I took Bigsby in the 9th round.
What do you think about the running backs in Jacksonville? It's like a mix. I think Bigsby is a great player, but they kept playing ETN over him.
Well, they did in the first preseason game, which kind of threw me off. I was like, all I heard was like they liked Bigsby, and they started ETN. I was really confused by that. But then in the second preseason game, they started Bigsby. And so and then ETN came off the bench. And then now you're hearing reports. I know I'm on the clock. Now you're hearing reports saying that
ETN's going to start.
Well, you saw that. I didn't see that. I saw that they're trying to trade either ETN or Bigsby, which I assume is ETN because like he carries more trade value, I think. I think ETN will be traded.
Huh.
And I think Bigsby will start. And I think they like Tootin. They held Tootin out of the final preseason game. They held out all their main players, and they didn't play Tootin. So that kind of tells me that they have big things in mind for him. So I'm I think Tootin's kind of interesting. You know, if they trade ATN suddenly, like he could get some passing game work. So right here, I'm going to take Jordan Addison. You know, he's my 4th receiver, so I don't need him right away. At week 4 onward, he should be pretty good. So, yeah. Anyway, I with that situation, I like Bigsby. Like I said, I took him in the 9th round yesterday, and Tootin is someone to monitor if they trade ATN, which I think they will. Is that what you think? Is it like, do you think that's going to happen?
I mean, if they get traded, right? Like if ETN gets traded, Bigsby definitely is the starter and should be for the rest of the year. But and Tootin's a good handcuff in this case. I don't think he's going to be starting over Bigsby.
Right.
He has, and now I don't know if they're going to do running back by committee because again, this is a new offense there. That could be possible, but I think as the season goes, we'll find more about what's happening. But like the whole running back situation between ETN and Bixby, it's like merry-go-round. So I don't know. Till something definitive happens there, I'm trying to stay away from both of them unless they fall like at this point, right?
Yeah,
it's good value.
Yeah, that's it's probably for the best to stay away unless like you get into the late rounds and suddenly they look appealing because they're running backs. So.
Yeah, nobody else is available. So
yeah, and look, I mean they could be traded at some point anyway. Like a team's running back goes down, like they'll be interested. So like Houston's just like if they weren't in that division, I'd be like maybe they go there, but. I don't know if they trade within the division. It has happened before, but it's not as common as other trades. We had a bunch of questions here. Haven't heard you talk about Jerry Jeudy. Not a fan of him this year. No, I think that that Monday night game he had against Denver had like everyone in like the prisoner of the moment syndrome, where like they just think Jeudy is this great player, whereas like he has so much inconsistency throughout his career. Like he just looks awful at times. Then he has like this 3 or 4 game spurt where he looks awesome, and then he stinks again. Yeah. The main thing with Jeudy is this quarterback situation is terrible, and I know there's Flacco is going to start, but like, do you really trust Flacco after he was so bad last year in Indianapolis? Like this guy's like 40 years old. And also, like, even if Flacco's like not that bad, like he's not going to be the starter all year. They're going to lose games. They're going to want to see what they have in their young quarterbacks, and so you're going to be counting on Jeudy catching passes from Dylan Gabriel or Shador. I take 24-yard sacks Sanders. Like, I don't know, man. I don't like the situation, and like, but at some point you do take him. Like if he's there 11th round, I would definitely take him. But like, you just can't do it. Speaking of ETN, he just went off. Yeah. So which superstars are most likely to support their fantasy manager?
Jeudy right here. He just got picked too.
There goes Jeudy. You're on the clock right now, so let you make your pick. Ollie Gordon won. He's a sleeper. Okay, so which fantasy football player is most likely to disappoint their fantasy managers this season? I think it's Christian McCaffrey, as usual. He just he's 48.5% of the time he's missed games. So, all right. So Jerome Ford, Baker Mayfield, but why'd you make those picks?
So Mayfield, he's the best quarterback available right now, and I needed to fill up my roster. Ford I think he's going to start. At Cleveland, they haven't had they didn't come up with a deal with the rookie guy, and he hasn't practiced. Right. So I don't think he's starting anytime soon.
Yeah.
So at least for the first 4 to 5 weeks, we have a good. I mean, if I'm going with Jerome Ford, it's hoping for trade value as well. So this is what I've done in my other leagues as well. He's a starting running back. We'll get some points going. If there are any injury concerns or some running backs not doing well, either in my team or another team, I can use him myself as a backup, or I can use it as a trade value.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like Judkins. He's going to sign at some point, but I don't trust him to like not be suspended. He's going to be suspended like for I don't know.
That's the other thing. Yeah, 4-6 games. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's just hard to trust. And yeah, Mayfield. I feel like I've seen Mayfield go sixth, seventh round. Like you got him at good value in ninth. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, people take him in the sixth. I'm like, what are you doing? Like just wait a little bit and get a to equal quarterback. But yeah, ninth round's pretty good for Mayfield.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of quarterbacks, what I've seen is Mahomes fall down a lot.
yes.
Do you think it's deserving, or do you think people are overreacting to last couple of seasons?
Yeah, last couple of seasons, he hasn't like ever since Tyreek Hill left, he just
Yeah.
hasn't been this great fantasy quarterback. I think he could have a bounce back year, but I think like eighth round is about right. Like I like that pick for Kenny.
Yeah.
Um, but like I've seen him go sixth round. I'm like that's way too early. Kenny on the clock, by the way.
Yeah.
It's something about the Chiefs. Everyone is down on the Chiefs this year. Everyone I talk to is like, Chiefs aren't gonna win the division. You know, maybe they make the playoffs. They're not gonna be any good. And I'm thinking like, you're gonna doubt the best coach in the NFL and the best quarterback in the NFL and like a good defense and
Defensive coordinator, right? Like,
yeah, right. Great defensive coordinator, great coaching staff, history of winning. You know, some good offensive players like Rashi Rice. Yeah, he might be suspended, but he's gonna be there for the playoffs. Worthy second year, he's gonna be better. Like Pacheco gonna be healthier. Like you're really gonna.
They still have Hunt there too, right?
Right,
Like it's
yeah.
just they could just
Rashard Smith looks good. Like I don't think you're gonna doubt the team. I don't say it's a little crazy. Like I have a small bet on them to win the Super Bowl. I want to make that a bigger bet. Something I saw and like again,
Andy's gonna pull out all these screen passes to all these different receivers and running backs and
dude, Rashard Smith is gonna catch so many passes. This guy is like a running back. He's gonna be like the new Dexter McCluster or whatever. Like
Brian Westbrook.
Yeah,
he's come back.
Yeah, he's gonna be like the passing down back. He looks good. But this might be me reading too much into watching preseason, but I haven't seen the Chiefs this excited about football in like years. Like they look like energized. They look like almost like a chip on the shoulder, but they just look like they're having fun. Like and just that was not there last year, even though they were winning. Like it wasn't there. Like they just kind of look going through the motions, barely beating bad teams. And this year they just look different, and I really like them. I think that on my side I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl over the Eagles. I think I almost want to change it to Chiefs now, just like watching them and seeing them excited to play football again. So yeah,
you're that high on the Ravens and the Chiefs this year, huh? Like
Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. I've done all the exactas: Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, with Eagles, Redskins, Vikings, and I also did Rams before the Stafford back injury news. So I did all those exactas, all 24 combinations I did. Like the Eagles ones are like 30 to 35 to 1. The like some of the Vikings ones are like 100 to 1, 200 to 1.
Yeah.
And I did 100 on each one except for the Eagles one that did 200. But the trick is I didn't bet a single dollar on any of these. I just use bonus bets, and deposit bets. I do this is $3,000 worth of bets. I didn't spend a single dime. Like
that's a smart way to do it.
I kept track of it all summer. It was $3,000 worth, and I didn't spend a single dime. So
there's so much free money out there, right? Like why spend money out of your pocket? Yep.
Seriously, it is crazy. I really urge people to do this. Dante Thornton, the number 1 receiver for the Raiders. Let's go. I can't believe we got him. I never got him in these mock drafts. Guys, why are you letting me get Dante Thornton? What are your thoughts on the Jacoby Myers news? Yeah, he wants a trade. Not surprised. They actually signed Amari Cooper, I think, just an hour ago. I just saw that.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, like an hour ago, they signed Cooper.
Cooper back to the Raiders, where it all started.
Yeah, well, you would think, but like he always played in Oakland, right? Never Las Vegas. So like, yeah, he's like going back to the Raiders, but new place. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say. You know, that's the thought that came into my head too. I'm like, oh, he's going back to Las Vegas. I'm like, wait, he was never in Las Vegas. So that's pretty funny, I think. But no, I guess it makes sense. Like, I don't know what he has left, but if they want to trade Myers, that may, Dante Thornton, I think, is the number 1 receiver there. Like he looks fantastic. Like he and Calvin Johnson were the only receivers in combine history to be as big as they are and run 4.3s. And he's backing it up in preseason and training camp. Like he looks phenomenal. I am on the clock right now. Okay, I was going to draft a guy and I just saw that he was taken. So yeah, it's like running backs right now are just like, if I needed a running back, I'd be kind of worried. I just don't really see anyone I like, but
Yeah, it's like all gone.
it's all gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't have said it better myself.
You
It's
can just
terrible.
have backups. They're called backups available.
Right.
You know,
Um,
I see one starting running back, possible running back that's available.
yeah, but stink. I just don't
Yeah.
want any of these guys. All right. I guess it's tight end time, huh? I'm gonna take Evan Ingram. Kind of Sean Payton, tight end. Jimmy, maybe the next Jimmy Graham. We'll see. I don't know. He's like Sean Payton has two jokers. Usually, it's the tight end and the running back, and
Yeah.
looks like Ingram should have a good year, but I don't know. Sutton's just going to get so many targets, so not like super high on my pick, but there's nothing else I really like here at this point.
Yeah, it also depends on how what kind of rapport he builds with Knicks, right? So
Yeah,
he could,
exactly.
yeah, it's like the quarterback's best friend tight end, right? If they get along, they have great seasons, but it all depends on what kind of chemistry they have.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's the first year there, so we don't know. Is Chubb the RB1 in Houston for now? Yeah, I mean, look, Mixon's going to come back at some point, and Chubb could just re-injure himself. I don't trust him to stay healthy, so I don't. This is a situation I would not go into unless like you really like Woody Marks and you want to draft him late, but he's behind Damian Pierce right now in the depth chart. So
Yeah, it's like Chubb and Pierce right now.
yeah.
And then Mixon's coming back at some point during the season.
Exactly. All right, Kenny's on the clock right now. Stephon Diggs goes. Philly Mike says breaking at 6:40 p.m. in Irvine. Raja Jackson was arrested on aggravated assault and attempted murder. He's facing multiple felonies. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that video. It was pretty disgusting. Video. Just like kept wailing on that guy in that fight.
No, I didn't see this.
Oh yeah,
I
look it
missed
up.
out.
Yeah, look that up after the show. It's this guy just like pounds the other guy into oblivion. It's disgusting. So yeah, probably deserved there. Our draft grade. He took Taylor, Jacobs, Chubb, Charbonnet is running back, Scatterbo, Travion Henderson, receivers Addison, Cup, Adams, Kirk, Downs, Samuel, tight end Kittle, his quarterback Kyler Murray. I'm not a big fan of this. Sorry, some good players for sure. I love Travion.
I like Henderson. I like Henderson too.
Love Henderson. Like Jacobs a lot. I'm a little down on Taylor, but that's okay.
I like Murray this year. I don't know. What do you think about the QB?
Will he stay healthy? Like that's my question. Juwan Jennings goes. Is he like? I don't know if he's gonna stay healthy. He stayed healthy last year for the first time. Can lightning strike twice? I don't know. Like if he's on the field, he's gonna be good. I just don't know if he will be. And then Kittle's good. Obviously top 3 or 4 tight end, depending on how you rank Warren.
Yeah.
But they're just like players I don't like here. Like for example, Cooper Kupp. I think he's just done. Like the Rams are done with him. The Rams, Sean McVay, who used to love Cooper Kupp, was like, we don't want you here anymore. He wasn't playing in the playoffs. He just didn't play. Like even when the game was still in doubt, they were using Higbee over the middle of the field instead of Kupp. So like, and now he's going to do well in Seattle with a new coach. No McVay for the first time. No Stafford for the first time since Goff. Like I don't like Kupp at all. I don't like Kirk. He's old. He's older and he's injury prone, and he's just a third receiver. I just don't like that. And Scotty was the third running back, so that feels like a waste. But look, I like some of the players here for sure. Charbonnet, one of my favorite sleepers, for example. This team just feels like it's missing something. You know what it's missing is a first round pick. Who was his first round pick in a 10-team league?
I think it looks like
Taylor.
Jacobs or Taylor.
He probably went Taylor and Jacobs at the turn at the end, but like I don't like it. Feels like something. Yeah, like I said, something's missing there.
He forgot to check the players like I did. So if you look at my team, I don't like my team today because I didn't do a good job keeping up with what players went up when.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, Juan. It's not. You said grade. I wouldn't grade an F because I like some players, maybe like C. But just try to do better than Cup. Like you can upgrade Cup. Like I would not even draft Cup. I don't see the point. All right, so Yo-Ye's up, and then we have an auto draft after. So you're gonna be taking right after. You'll be going right after Yo-Ye makes his pick.
Yeah.
The 10th. Okay, yeah, 10th. Yeah. Okay, you're up right now. Drake May and Chris
Ooh,
Godwin went. The obvious
that's,
auto draft.
yeah. Godwin was going to be my pick
Oh,
for the
really?
rest of
Okay.
the yeah. So I think he's going to come back. I was going to use it for the second half of the season.
Okay.
Um, Now let me see. Who do I?
Okay. Well, while you look at that, I'll answer this. So is Garendo off your draft list now? Well, unfortunately, yes. I mean, Kyle Shanahan said that Brian Robinson is his second running back. I don't trust Kyle Shanahan. Like, he lies all the time. Like, think about last year with McCaffrey. He lied. He said he had a calf injury. He said
No.
McCaffrey had a calf injury and he could play week 1.
Yeah, and he didn't.
McCaffrey Achilles tendonitis in both feet and didn't play till November. Like, you can't trust him at all. So Shanahan saying Robinson is his RB2. I don't fully trust it.
What do you think
So
about Ayuk? You think he's going to come back at all?
a torn ACL and MCL, man, that's
No,
rough.
right?
Yeah, I don't think so. He might play at the end of the year, but he's not going to be himself until next year. He might be a good value next year, but not this year. So yeah, you can't trust Shanahan no matter what. And by the way, we just saw this yesterday at 10 a.m. in the morning. Kyle Shanahan said that Juwan Jennings is going to be ready week 1. At 8 p.m. that same day, we had a report from Tim Kawakami, one of the better beat writers out there. He said that Jennings is looking like IR. What is happening here? Like you can't trust anything these guys say. And so I don't know. Like, is Robinson the RB2? Maybe, but doesn't make sense. Like, Robinson he lost his job not only to Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, but also Chris Rodriguez. Like, Washington did not want him at all over
No, he didn't want to work.
Right. So why would he suddenly be slotted over Garendo, who's really big, really fast, and looked good in brief action last year? I drafted Garendo more than any other player in best ball. Like, granted, it was like 13th round pick, so whatever. Like, if he's not going to play, it's not going to hurt me too much. But like, I'm not completely off Garendo. Like, I at some point in best ball, I will draft him at the end. But I think the priority now for San Francisco's RB2, which is important because McCaffrey can't stay healthy, is Robinson. So I would, round 11, round 12, I will try to get Brian Robinson. But late in the draft, if I don't get Robinson, I will still try to get Garendo like 19th round, 20th round. But you can't take him 12th or 13th round anymore. So in a redraft, I will not draft Garendo. I will draft Robinson, but best ball, I will still take Garendo late. So it's very confusing news. I don't know why they like Robinson. Like, again, he lost his job to two, like a 7th round pick and just like a journeyman bum kind of guy, Chris Rodriguez. Like, I don't know. But anyway, you made 2 picks. You took Chubb and Palmer. Do you want to talk about why you made those picks?
Well, again, starter, right now in Houston, unless they trade for somebody else. And Palmer, he has good speed. Buffalo needs a speedy receiver next to Coleman. I think Palmer could have a great season if he gels with Josh Allen there.
Yeah, you know what? Palmer's looked good in training camp, allegedly. We'll see. It's not like we haven't seen these guys in action in the preseason. The Bills didn't play the starters at all. Well, I guess like you saw like a starter here and there play, but Josh Allen didn't play. So that's my point. Like, we just don't know what they're going to do with those receivers. But I like Palmer last year. He was a disappointment, but maybe with Josh Allen, he's going to be better. Like, you just never know. Like, sometimes receivers catch on. And when in other places they do poorly. It's a weird thing. So I can see the Palmer pick working out for sure. Kelsey goes. This is the latest I've seen Travis Kelsey. This is kind of like the right area for him is the 11th round. Where it's like usually goes like 7th round. I'm like, this is just ridiculous here. Kenny takes Luther Burden, which could end up paying off, depending on like how fast he passes Zacchaeus, who's looked pretty good.
Zacchaeus looked really good in the preseason.
He looks stellar. No, Burden's I think better overall, but we'll see what happens there. All right, I feel like I took 3 running backs early. I haven't taken a running back since then, and I want my my sleeper guys, but like they're all being drafted. This is a disaster with the running backs. Like, really. Um, should I
I
take
think
a
there are
random?
couple of guys sleepers still available.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if they're gonna play. That's the like
Yeah.
potential guys who could pay off, but I don't really see anything that's like too exciting. Um, I think these are just wasted picks. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, no, this is stupid. I shouldn't do that. There's like only one viable running back at the top. Um,
Yeah.
whew, this is awful. This is just awful. How much time do I have? I had 36 seconds. Okay. Um, and I have 5 receivers. Yeah, let's go with the receiver number 6. I'm gonna take Rashid Shaheed. Like Shaheed quite a bit. He's a very talented player. He's super fast, but like he can do other things too. He's like just kind of like a jack of all trades kind of guy. But like his master is speed. So like I think he's pretty interesting. And like Chris Olave is a walking concussion. So, he could technically be the number one
Number one
receiver
receiver, yeah.
this year. Yeah. So I kind of like Shaheed. He's I think going a little too late in my opinion, but yeah, the running backs it's pretty rough. I have to kind of like figure out what I'm doing here at the position. Just don't like anyone really.
Yeah, so my last 2 picks were Ford and Chubb,
Yeah,
backup starters.
yeah, yeah. There's one of those guys left, but like
Yeah,
the rookie there is just going to be so much better.
so much better. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Exactly. I know who you're talking about.
yeah, it's pretty rough. Like I usually draft like Will Shipley at this point. He went 11:03.
Yeah, I was hoping he's going to last because I wanted him as a backup for Barkley. If this is a real league,
Yeah,
I want him. I want him definitely. I'm handcuffing Saquon Barkley with Shipley.
Shipley is my second highest owned player running back in best ball.
Oh, yeah?
I drafted him in 56% of my leagues.
That's
Just
funny. I think I drafted him in both my best ball leagues too.
okay. Yeah, I took him. I've been taking like 16th, 17th round, just like not hoping Barkley gets hurt, but like if he does, like he could be a league winner. Okay, so I'm going to take the other. I think I'm going to take the other Chicago running back here. I think he's available. Yes, Roshan Johnson. We haven't seen Roshan play in the preseason because he's been hurt, but it sounds like I haven't heard anything about him missing regular season action. So I feel like he's going to be in the field. He can maybe be the goal line carrier, like that's what he was last year. So maybe he does that again. Maybe he catches some passes. I'm not sure. Like Monon guy who just went, like he could be the guy. I just don't know. Like it's not. I'm not very excited about this pick. Just he's like the best of the worst options. I just need another running back.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. Because who's the other running back there that's getting a lot of attention as well?
Kyle Monon guy who just went. Yeah. So those are the two guys behind DeAndre Swift, and we know Swift has an injury history, so like that's the one downside with him is like I like Swift this year because Ben Johnson's offense and offensive line is a lot better, but you have to acknowledge the injury history. So I think one of Roshan or Monon guy is gonna have a good year. I just don't know which one, and that's the problem. So anyway, we have
Stevenson finally went.
Stevenson. Yeah, Stevenson was the guy we were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, he's technically the starter right now, but he got benched twice last year for Gibson. So
Trap for Hall or Walker.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. Who wants to trade for ATN or rather the trade for Hall or Walker? And so the problem is like those guys cost more. The ATNs I don't think will cost as much. So he's like the cheaper option of the three. But I hear you, but I bet there are some people still in the NFL who think that ATN's a good player, which is complete nonsense. But I don't know. I think he's like one of those guys people remember from the college days.
College days, yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
He had what was that his rookie year? He did okay, right? Like was it his rookie year or second year?
Second year was his rookie year. His rookie year he missed the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he did okay stat wise, but like if you just watch the tape, he's just like not good. It's kind of like kind of like the same with things like Miles Sanders. Like he would put up stats with the Eagles because the Eagles had a great offensive line, but once he left the Eagles, he did nothing because like he's just not a good player. And like once he didn't have that elite offensive line, he just didn't do anything. So I feel like ATN is kind of the same way. Just not a good football player. But like Cooper Conway, yeah. But what I was saying before, like people will remember him from the Clemson days and think that like they can get something out of him. So I bet there is someone who still likes him. So Murray just went. You're on the clock once again. So while you make your decision, I'll go through some comments here. Juan's teams make me happy. Got the 7th pick. Sheesh, better luck next year. Look, it's not a horrible team. I just like I was like something's missing here, and I was like, yes, the first round pick. There's no first round pick. Through 10-12, Kenny is in a 4-man competition to be the last one to take a tight end. That's the Kenny we know and love, who hates tight ends. Actually, the first time I met Kenny, he was all about drafting Tony Gonzalez all the time, and his argument was like Tony Gonzalez is by far the best tight end, and there was no one close. And Kenny was right. Like back in the day when Tony Gonzalez was in his prime, and before the days of like, oh, man, who else came on? I want to say like the Jeremy Shockey draft class, like with who was the other guy? I forget. But like there were a bunch of tight ends who came on in like the early 2000s that kind of like changed things where like suddenly Gonzalez wasn't like it was just Gonzalez and no one else. Yeah. And I think that's when like Kenny altered his strategy. But like back in the day, it was only Gonzalez and no one else. So like it's funny because like when I met Kenny, he was all about taking Gonzalez in the 2nd round, and now Kenny never drafts tight ends early. And I usually in the same way. I don't like drafting tight ends early. I think it's different this year with I love Tyler Warren. Oh yeah, well I think like Brock Bowers is awesome, but I think like Tyler Warren is such a good value in like the 7th round. I know he went 6th round here. Usually goes the 7th round. I think this guy's gonna be just a stud. I think he's the next Laporta slash Bowers. Not quite Bowers, but like I think he's gonna have a great year, kind of like those two guys as rookies. And yeah, I'm a big fan. And plus, like he ran the tush push at Penn State. He could take some touchdowns away from Taylor potentially. So, and like there's nothing a receiver in Indianapolis. Like it's just he's gonna get all the touches or the targets. Like I have him right next to Kittle in my rankings. So like Kittle's going round 4, Warren's usually going around 7. So just such a steal, I think. So I don't know. That's my take on that situation.
Warren,
yeah. So I have 4 more picks to make here. I definitely need another running back, and it looks pretty bleak. You took David Njoku and Rashad White. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah. I think with Joe Flacco starting, I think Njoku could have some value there. And plus, I needed a backup tight end just in case my stud that I drafted in the early rounds is succumbed to an injury. Right? I need something to back up. So that's there. And Rashad White is again a handcuff, not for me, but if something happens to Irving, he is the go-to guy there. So low risk, high reward kind of pick.
Actually, I just drafted the other Tampa running back. I didn't like. I was as you were saying that. That wasn't even my plan. Is my best running back left. I actually think that I think Rashad White's another trade candidate. His last year's contract, he lost his role as the RB1, and he said himself, he's like, "This is my last year in Tampa," so he knows he's gone. I kind of wonder if they just trade him because Sean Tucker's really good. Like. If you have Sean Tucker already, like why not trade Rashad White?
Would Houston trade for him?
I don't see why not. It depends what they have to give up, but like 6th round pick, why not? I mean,
but the question is, would White go there, right? Because Joe Mixon's there. He doesn't want to play second fiddle again. I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're White, like you're like, okay, I can either stay here where the 3rd down back, or I can go to Houston and immediately play with Mixon injured, and Mixon's 30 as well. So like he could just be gone next year with these foot injuries if they don't go away. So I think Houston looks more appealing if I'm Rashad White personally, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what I would think. But anyway, I have one more real pick to make here. Before we do defense and kicker. And I am up on the clock right now. I'm going to
Value pick. Let's see your value pick.
so I'm going to appease our $100 super chatter from last week, and I'm going to take. I'm going to take Troy Franklin. He's not here. Oh, well, so much for that. I was going to take Troy Franklin. He's gone. So the Mac, who gave us the $100 super chat last week, he always says draft Troy Franklin. Well, I like Troy Franklin. Let's take Keandre Lambert Smith. I think he's really interesting. What's his name? Trey Harris. Trey Harris just went. So Lambert Smith, I think, looks better. I had Lambert Smith higher in my draft rankings on the site. I know Trey Harris went second round. Lambert Smith went fifth round, but Lambert Smith's looked better. He caught a touchdown from Justin Herbert, and after the touchdown, Herbert said, "There's more of that to come." He actually went right to Lambert Smith and said, "There's more of that to come." So maybe there is, maybe there's not. Quentin Johnston dealing with the concussion, plus like Johnston's not that good anyway. Keenan Allen's the other outside receiver there. He's like 1,000,000 years old. Lambert Smith maybe down the stretch does something. I don't know. All the running backs are gone. I ideally would have gone with another running back, but there's nothing left at the position. So anyway, Walter's at a high paid, great standard draft. I don't know. My mom cut my hair. She's a hairdresser. She was a hairdresser back in the day, like before she retired. Well, she eventually became a dental technician, but when she first came to this country, she was a hairdresser. So I've never paid for a haircut. It's one of the perks there. So I was at my parents' house, I was dropping off my son. I was like, yeah, Mom, can you cut my hair anytime soon? She's like, I can do it now. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So that's
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, if somebody could cut my hair, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't pay.
Yeah.
Like haircut's expensive now.
Oh my god, I can imagine. I don't even know what costs. I've never like paid for one. So how much do they cost? I have to you can tell me.
It's like 35 at least, 35 plus tip. Like you
Wow.
end up paying 45, 55, depending on if you do the beard. It's more. So, yeah, it's average is like anywhere from $25 to $35, if not more.
And what's that like once a month ish?
Like 3 weeks at least. Like
3 weeks,
depending on if you're long. I mean, this is I grew it out a little bit, so need a cut soon. But yeah. Speaking of cuts, I do cut my boys' hairs. So my son just got his first haircut at a barbershop. So
it's funny.
He wanted to look cool, going to high school. So I took him to my barber.
Yeah,
but I've been cutting their hair since they were young. So
that's crazy. You tell me before the show that you took some trips with your son. You're on the clock.
Yeah,
I'll save the story for after your picks.
So a question for you: with Amari Cooper traded, who is the wide receiver at the Browns now, other than Judy? Is Judy still there? Right? Yeah.
Judy, Cedric Tillman, and Isaiah Bond, who they just signed, who's would have been second round pick, but he had those sexual assault violations. But apparently,
give me a sleeper wide receiver at this late. Oh no, you just picked up Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert Smith. Pat Bryant's here now. I don't know if he's still available. Pat Bryant is pretty good. Oh no, he got taken. Sorry, he got taken.
He went. Yeah.
Man, Jalen Lane. How about him? If McLaurin goes down, Lane is pretty good, I think.
Jalen Lane.
Yeah, Jalen Smith, Jaylin. It's weird spelling.
Oh yeah, he's still available.
Yeah, look, I was hiring him when McLaurin is holding out, but he's good. He's a good player. Like he could be the receiver 3 in Washington.
Got it. Now, here are the last picks. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Eagles defense. Okay. So anyway, when you before we started recording, you said you were taking a trip with your son because he's in 10th grade, and I've known you for 23 years now, and like you're telling me like your son's almost in college. Like, oh my god, where at the time?
I know, yeah,
it's crazy, and I'm sure it's even weirder for you because
time flies, man. It's crazy. Like when we met first time I did that, I don't think I was married. No, I wasn't even married at the time.
Yeah, we were bachelors,
Yeah,
living the life.
married
Now
with 3 boys now, and you got kids. I saw last time I saw you was at the swimming class with your
that's right.
son.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We yeah. I was like, I used to take my son to swim lessons at
the
the LA.
British swim school,
Yeah, the
right?
British Swim School at LA Fitness.
LA Fitness. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I used to who's A Brown? Is this Antonio Brown? Who is
Is
this
he?
player?
Oh yeah, that is Antonio Brown.
That's funny. Yeah, show player card. Who is this? Antonio Brown. Right, well done, well done. Anyway, we like joke picks here at the end. Anyway, so yeah, we saw each other there. I'm like, oh, like Aju, like, it's kind of like I've never seen you outside of like fantasy football. No, yeah, my son, he's gonna be 4 soon, and my daughter just turned 2. So I have to get her into swimming, but like I'm up. I stopped the swim classes just because I don't know, they were a lot of weirdos there, and plus like my son didn't like that, like some of the swim instructors were very sketchy. So we went to Newtown Athletic Club instead.
Yeah.
But like my son didn't quite take to it. So I was gonna just get him back to swimming maybe in a year or so. But anyway, yeah, my son's gonna be 4 soon, and I like for me he was just born yesterday. Like it's crazy how
Yeah, man. Time flies. You don't realize how fast time flies. You just hold on to those moments because you're gonna miss them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I always talk about this with my friend Tom on Saturdays here on the show. We do like random stuff on Saturdays, and we always say that like 9/11, right? People who are about to turn 24 were not alive when that happened.
Right.
It's like ancient history for them. It's like that for them is like the JFK assassination for us.
For us, yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And people like us born in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Yep.
For us, the kids nowadays, they're thinking when we were growing up, the people who were born in the 40s,
Yes.
it's the same comparison. When you look at it that way, it's we're old.
That's scary. Yeah, getting old. Yeah, I'm sure there's like people in their 60s like, you're not old, we're old. Yeah, it's like it's all relative. And I always found that like when you talk about a year, if you were alive that year, it doesn't seem that far away. But if you were not alive yet, it seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
Like I was born 82. And are you that year too?
Yeah, 80.
You're 80. Okay.
Yeah.
If I say like, oh, what happened in 1976, like for example, you're gonna be like, oh man, that was so long ago. But if I say like, what happened in 1984, you're like, oh, I remember 84. Even though it's like not that far apart. It's kind of funny how like that goes that way.
It's a perspective, right? Like
how
you look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Evan here is our usual Tuesday co-host. It's gonna be Thursday this year. While tuning in for your 288th mock draft, love it. Actually, this is probably mock draft number like 13 or 14 or probably like 12. But I've done like mock draft, real best ball draft. If you count those, this is number 200 probably. So don't know a bunch of those. Love LaShawn McCoy here, Ingold, fullback. Tesla is actually looking pretty good in the preseason. He might be a good sleeper. But yeah, anyway, so I can't believe Kenny got Kraft in the 14th round. That's exactly why you should wait in his tight ends. Kenny got Tucker Kraft in the 15th round. What a steal. I'm jealous. The only reason I took Ingram in 10th, I just didn't like anyone there. But anyway, you are drafting Mr. Irrelevant. So who's that?
I mean, just Bates is a kicker.
Bates. Okay, so a couple of questions here. Iqbal asking Robinson, Hampton, Henderson is his draft. Chase Brown, Ridley. Chase Brown 4th is amazing. Ridley, Pittman, Diggs, May, Kraft, Bateman, Thielen, Strange, Patriots, Loop, Monangai. See, I don't like Diggs. I don't like Pittman, but like I like the rest of your team. I think it's pretty good. Not like crazy about Bateman, but
yeah.
Given that you got Chase Brown round 4 is insane. Not a fan of receivers, but running backs are awesome. So it's pretty good. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Hampton and Henderson. But Hampton ahead of Henderson.
I feel like if you got Chase Brown round 2 and Hampton round 4, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, this is the other way around. Unless he just wrote it this way.
It might be. Yeah, it might be. Oh, he said keeper league. Okay, that makes some more sense.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So what do you, Jimmy Graham? I don't know if that's a reference to. Think Royals can be something for the Chiefs. I think Tyquan Thornton could be good. Brashard Smith, like one of those two guys. I think maybe. I don't think Royals yet. Not yet. Okay. So you had the first pick. Do you want to break down your team? Kind of think like how do you think this draft went for you? I know you said you were kind of disappointed in it.
Yeah. I think I was talking too much in the first 2 rounds and didn't keep track of, my order. So I had to go. I had to scroll down. I only had a little bit of time left. So if I could pick again, the third pick I would have probably picked Henderson instead of Higgins. I think I like my first two picks. I think they're the best value there. I usually don't draft tight ends ahead. So this is a good way to check what happens if I drafted someone like that during the mock draft. So that's why I went for Bowers. Usually I would have went for either a receiver or running back. And the round 3 I would have went for Henderson instead of Higgins. And then 4th and 5th I would have went for receivers and so forth. So it would have been a slightly different team if I paid attention.
Would you have taken? You said you were experimenting with Bowers. So would you do it in a real league? Like if we're like our draft is on Sunday, who would you? You said you would take in Henderson at 301. Like who would you have taken at 212? Was it still Bowers?
I mean, if this is the same, if this goes this way, yes, I'll probably pick Bowers.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of value there, right? He is a stud. There's a lot of, Geno Smith is a decent enough quarterback. He did more with less last year, so I think he's gonna be good. Maybe I don't know if our draft. I mean, it's shy away from tight end because it's such a volatile position.
Yeah.
But I've seen Bowers go early, so I wanted to try it out here, see how that pans out. I might just stay with running backs, especially in our leagues. There's no PPR. It's not PPR, right? It's just a traditional league, which so was this one. So I'd probably keep a running back there. I'll go with a running back and a wide receiver. We don't do flex anymore, right? We never did flex. So
no, I think we added flex. I think
we added flex. Yeah. Maybe even I go for another running back there.
Yeah, I think our format's 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and a flex. Okay. So it feels like tight end's a little devalued.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean it makes sense if it's 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex, or 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and no flex. Yeah, I agree with your stance there. My team, I went it's kind of like I went 3 running backs, a quarterback, and then 5 receivers in a row. It's kind of weird. I kind of liked getting those 3 running backs and making sure I had those positions locked down because the running backs here is kind of like very sketchy. Like I love Charbonnet 5th round. I don't know about that. Like Krosky Merritt, I like, but 5th round kind of sketchy. Like these running backs here are just so tough to kind of the pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's tough. Once after the first 2-3 rounds, it's hard to get any good running backs. It seems like that's been my experience with my previous drafts too. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and I just like the receivers in this range. So I went receivers. I went Smith to pair with Hurts, and then I was like, one of Hunter, Pearsall, or Egbuka is going to follow me, right? Nope. So I ended up with Evans. So I think it's a good value at 603.
I think so.
Yeah, Golden, Addison, Thornton. So I like my receiving core, even though I don't have like a stud at the top. Ingram, I just didn't like anyone else there. But really, I probably should have taken Shipley or Algier. Like hindsight's 50-50, as Cam Newton once said. But like I thought maybe one of those guys would fall back to me, and they didn't. So I guess I should have taken one of them, but you just never know. Shaheed is a good 6 receiver. Roshan Tucker's whatever. Lambert Smith might have potential. So I like the team. I'm not in love with it. But drafting with these guys, most of these guys are pretty sharp. I think it's just pretty tough to get a good team. So do you have time to review other teams? I know it's late. If you have to,
I can stay.
Okay, cool. All right, so team 2, let's skip Savage because he was an auto draft for a while. All right, team 3 is Yo-Ye, so he went Chase, then Hampton, Henderson, Pacheco, and then Addison, Waddle. Looking at this, I really worry about his receivers. He only has like 3 receivers until Horton. I like Horton as a sleeper, but like this looks problematic to me.
Especially with Adams and Waddle being the
yeah.
second, number 2, number 3 receivers, right? Like
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't think you could take Laporta there with the receiving issues. Like take a Dunze instead. That look a lot better.
yeah.
2 quarterbacks here. Like you could take 2 quarterbacks just like bunched together like this. Not a huge fan. They took Gronkowski. That's funny in the end. So like I like his running backs. And Chase obviously is great, but like receiving depth is a huge issue. Do you agree?
I do. I do agree that Horton's there, but again, I don't think other than Chase, who's a stud, I don't see anything else. I don't see a strong number 2.
Yeah.
And if there are injury issues, especially with Adams being old, I don't know what's happening with Matthew Stafford there. Adams might get some touchdown targets, but that's about it. Puka is definitely the number 1 guy there. Waddle, I don't know, depending on what happens to Tyreek Hill, he may have a good season, but we haven't seen consistency there with Waddle. So,
yeah. All right. So team 4, they went 4 running backs in the first 5 rounds. Like Genty, Harvey, Kamara, Charbonnet. I'm not a fan of Kamara. We talked about that. Charbonnet. I love Charbonnet, 5th round. A little too early, but honestly, I don't think you would have made it back to 609. So maybe that's fine. London, Jameson Williams, Samuel, good receivers. I really don't like Mims. He's not a real football player. Like he's a trick, a one trick pony, like gadget guy, kick returner. I don't think he's a real guy. You guys should draft in fantasy. Mooney is gonna be out for a while. Cup is not good anymore. So they kind of fell off for him late in the draft. I do like, he waited on quarterback. He got Goff in the 14th round, which seems like great value. Ferguson, 15th round. So I like the values here. Just middle round guys just felt off, but I love Ollie Gordon. Tootin could have a lot of upside. Like his running backs look strong outside of Kamara, but even like Kamara is going to be good for him, and like in the early part of the season, I think. And then
Gordon, I like Gordon Tootin as a pick.
I like pairing Kamara with Gordon, Tootin, and Charbonnet because like once Kamara falls off in the second half of the year, he's going to have one of these guys step in. So it makes sense to me. So I like this team outside a couple of these picks in rounds 10 through 12. I like what Team 4 did. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's decent. I like his running back depth, decent enough receivers. London, Williams, and Samuel, and the other 3 backup receivers, I don't know. Like you said, I don't see much value there, but overall, good enough starters to get through the season.
Yeah. All right. Erod at the 5 spot took Lambs and Collins to start, and then McBride. So you have to worry about his running backs. So Walker, Montgomery, Caleb Johnson, ATN, Scatterbo, Javonte Williams. It's pretty rough because like Walker could be good, but he's so injury prone. Montgomery, he's going to take a big downward spiral without Ben Johnson. Caleb Johnson, we have to wait on. ATN, not good, and he might be traded. Scatterbo, third string running back. Javonte Williams, he's not going to start for very long. So I really worry about this running back group, and then like even the receiving depth, like McMillan, he's okay, and then Myers, who knows where he's going to be traded to. So I'm worried about this team. There are good things about this, like Lambs, Collins at the top, and McBride. It's a good start.
This is a great PPR team to start with.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
It's those are all high volume targets.
Yeah,
I would love to have that team, at least those set of receivers in my PPR league.
Yeah.
But again, running back, like I said, Walker could be okay, but you have Charbonnet there, willing to step in and share some load. And then Montgomery again will be a backup to Gibbs in Detroit. So yeah, running back issues definitely there.
All right, Team 6, Turofi. So I think this is an example like why it's hard to draft quarterback and tight end early. Maybe he was just experimenting here, but like look at his running back that Bethard Gibbs. He's like Mixon, who's out, Eckler, who's just a third down
Yep.
back, Mitchell, who's has potential, but he's just a sleeper at this point, and Corum and Mostert, who like you just can't count
Yeah.
on these guys. So this is a rough running back group, and then receiver after Nakua, you have Hill, who we're down on, but fifth round,
Rice is not bad.
but
Rushy
yeah.
Rice.
Yeah, Rice is not bad, but like, what if he's suspended 8 games?
Yeah.
So like, he's gonna be
Yeah.
missing. It's his third receiver he might not have for 8 games. And then
Yes.
Shakir, not much upside. Pat Bryant, a good sleeper, but
Good sleeper. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like I don't know, like something's missing here, and it's because he took Allen Kittle here. I think that if you take Allen, I feel like you have to draft like Swift or if you like Kamara or Walker here, just to make sure you have a good RB2.
Yeah.
If he did that and then drafted a tight end like here instead of like Thielen, maybe you got Tucker Kraft, like that would look so much better to me. So again, maybe
Even
he's just
Pacheco, I think he should, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Pacheco there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's just experimenting. It's good to experiment in mock draft. So
Yeah.
like if that's what we're looking at to doing, be like, can I do this? I think Trophy, I probably would agree that it's pretty hard to do. All right, let's look at Kenny's team.
Kenny's
so
team. All right.
yeah, let's go. So he took Jefferson, receivers, Jefferson, JSN, and Flowers. Good start there. Jaden Reed, Jennings, you have to worry about if he's going to go in IR. I mean, who knows what's going on there? I have no idea. But it's the 10th round. So like, what are you going to do there anyway?
Yeah, I worry about his running backs though.
Yeah, running backs are McCaffrey, Hall, Jones, and Warren. All red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look, I mean, you said it earlier in the show. Like, you can make a bear case for almost any running back. I think, except for Bijan, you can't make you can make a bear case for any running back. But McCaffrey is, man, we talked about him, just a scary player. He's missed 48% of his games since 2021. That's just like, I can't take him in the second round. Brees Hall has lost his job, basically. He's 50-50 with Braylon Allen.
Yep.
And he could be traded. Aaron Jones lost his job. He's 50-50 with Jordan Mason. So, and then Jalen Warren could lose his job. Like, who knows what billionaire Arthur Smith is going to do. He could buy the team or whatever, but like, he's like, I don't trust Arthur Smith, but running backs do scare me. I like the Mahomes value. I love the Kraft value.
Yeah.
Jalen Wright, by the way, is week to week. He's gonna be out for a while, so it's hard to draft him there. But and I love the Sean McCoy at the end, the meme pick. But what are your thoughts overall on Kenny's team?
I mean, receivers are great value in Mahomes. Great value with Kraft, like you said, but his running backs are a major red flag here.
Yeah. All right. Troy McClure, who has a history of sniping me all the time. So his receivers are Neighbors, St. Brown, McLaurin, Wilson. Great value with the Wilson. He and Evans. I was like, they're still here. So I like the value here. I'm not a big fan of Wilson, and he's going like 311 this year. So great value, 605. McLaurin, I worry that, like, holdout guys usually get hurt. So that's my concern here. But if he stays healthy, that's gonna be a good pick. And then Diggs at 1005, not a huge fan, but like he's going 7th round, so 10th round is good value. His running back
Higgins.
And Higgins too. So we'll see if he starts, and then he took Tesla at the end. So his running backs Cook and Krosky Murray. Cook, another guy. It's funny he took the 2 holdout guys with Cook and McLaurin. I worry if they're going to stay healthy. Krosky Merritt's intriguing, but maybe a little too early. But then again, like in this sort of draft, he probably wouldn't have lasted. I love Braylon Allen. I think he's one of my favorite players to draft this year. Ray Davis has potential. Cook goes down, so
he has a handcuff right there.
Yeah, he took Sampson, who has potential. Giddens could replace Taylor. Taylor has gotten hurt a lot over the years. Sorry, what'd you say?
I think we got disconnected for a second. I said he has a handcuff there with Davis for Cook.
Yes, and then took Sampson, Giddens. Jonathan Taylor has gotten hurt a lot recently. So, and then he took his quarterbacks Herbert and Lawrence. So, I like the team overall. I do. Yeah, I worry about this Cook McLaurin staying healthy, but this looks like a good team. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like this team. Other than the holdouts getting hurt, I think, and Krosky being too early, we don't know. I think that there's a concern that Chad Rodriguez may get the goal line carries and short yard situations. So, but he has Braylon Allen and Davis and Sampson there, and the Giddens pick. So he has some good backup depth there. So I like his team
Yeah.
overall, and the value of quarterbacks at the end. Those are, he can play the matchups. So this is a good team.
Yeah, I like it too. All right, so we have three more to go. Slew drafted Henry and Taylor to start. Yeah, it was kind of riskier running backs, but they could work out for him. Then took Harrison, Metcalf, Pickens, so good trio of receivers there. You got Burrow, Robinson, who with if McCaffrey goes down, suddenly he's going to have an RB2. Andrews, solid value there. Pittman. Algiers, I was thinking about taking the way back. I worry about Najee Harris, like his depth perception, but we'll see. But yeah, overall, I like this team quite a bit. What do you think?
I like the team too. Only concern I have is from a tight end standpoint.
You don't like Andrews?
I mean, he was injured last year. I don't know how he's going to be this year. He never came back fully last year. I don't know if he's done or not. What are your thoughts on Andrews as a tight end this year?
Well, it feels like he's been around for a long time, right? But he's not even 30 yet. So I think he could bounce back. And for me, like Andrews had the worst game of his career in the playoffs in that game against the Bills because he fumbled twice and dropped a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
I look, maybe this is incorrect, but if I'm Andrews, I'm waking up every morning and be like, I screwed up so badly in one of the biggest games of my career. Like I'm working so hard
to come back.
Right, I'm working so hard to get back. That's my take. Plus Isaiah Likely's injured too, so
yeah.
I think potentially maybe the best year of his career. Maybe we'll see.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, I really like this team then.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, tight end's not too hard to replace. You can always play matchups with that position. Yeah. There are certain teams who can't defend tight ends, so you can play matchups with them sometimes. All right, so
I would say so far the best team, right? Like we've been through. I think in that case, I think it's a well-balanced team.
Yeah, I think either Troy or Slew had the best team so far.
Yeah.
But we had two more teams to go. So Trump Best started with Thomas and HN. I've done that a lot in best ball. Like if I had 11 to 12 pick, I've done that a lot. Then he took Lamar Jackson and then Sutton, Hunter, Ibuka. I love the receivers look awesome. Running backs are HN, Mason, Dobbins, Brashard Smith. So doesn't look like he doesn't have like a clear RB2. So that's like the only issue I have here. But like Mason could emerge as the RB2. Like Dobbins maybe can emerge as the RB2. Maybe Monagai emerges as the RB2. Like he has like outs here to get an RB2. And then Loveland, I think solid value. So yeah, kind of laugh at the Sproles pick, but like I think he did a great job with this team. What do you think?
Yeah, the people who draft Lamar Jackson, I give them credit that's like half a running back they've drafted.
It's true.
Right. Yeah. So you have a starting running back, a running back and a half, and then he has other backups there. So he's missing that number 2 running back, truly, but he has Jackson to make up some of those yards, like 70 yards a game that counts for like RB2.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a great point. Yeah. And look, I feel like early in the year, like Dobbins could be his RB2 because he's going to play a lot with Hunter, and then when Dobbins gets hurt because he always gets hurt, like he could have Mason or Monagai or Brashard Smith step in, like or whoever he picks up the waiver wire. So it could work out. Like I think that like this is another really good team. I'd put this guy's team up with Troy and Slew's team.
Yeah.
Okay, last team to the moon. He took Chase Brown. Kyrie Williams is the guy who was auto drafting, but he seemed to enter his rankings in. And Jane Daniels at 312 and Ridley Pearsall. I really like to start this Warren. I'm a huge fan of. Benson has potential. So does Bigsby could be the RB1 there after they trade Etienne if they do. And then Coleman has upside. Here's Franklin, the pick I was looking for. And Trey Harris. I would have went with Lambert Smith instead, but like, if you like Harris more, that's fine. Neal is maybe the RB2 in New Orleans, but looks like Kendrick Miller right now, but that could change. Spears is this is the only pick I don't really like is Spears is hurt. But other than that, I think this is a really good team as well. What do you think?
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
I don't see, especially with Warren being the tight end there, Pearsall could be the number 1 receiver in San Francisco. There's nobody else. Other than Kittle being there as a tight end.
Yeah.
From right receiver standpoint, I think Pearsall steps up. And he has a good quarterback thrown to him. Ridley had a great year last year. I think he could have a better year this year. Yeah, you're right. This is one of those better teams. The last four teams we reviewed, they're all drafted well.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing here is I think receiving depth could be better. That's the only thing. But yeah, no, I think this is a really good team. And yeah, Pearsall looks like the clear art receiver one. Ridley, by the way, he had the most unrealized air yards in the NFL last year, which just basically means like he had like horrible quarterbacking, like just missing him downfield all the time. That's gonna be so much better with Cam Ward. And I do like that he paired Cam Ward with Ridley, even though Daniels is there. I love the stacking. We had a couple of comments, and then we're gonna end the show. James asking PPR draft tomorrow, 10 team, 7th draft. Your thoughts on best pick from Collins, Puka, Amon-Ra, Henry, Genty, London, and McCaffrey. Thank you. From the 7th
Collins.
spot. Okay, you like Collins?
I don't even know if he's going to last that long if it's PPR, but I like Collins.
Yeah, look, he makes sense. If you're not worried about Stafford's back, Puka makes sense too in PPR. If you're going running back, I would say Genty, I suppose, but that's riskier. I think in a PPR draft, in a 10-teamer, you don't have to go running back in the first round. Like you can take Collins and then try to get Bucky and then Chase Brown or something.
Yeah. Given the options, I think Collins is the best option there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree. What are your thoughts on Hampton this year for the Chargers? I love Hampton. I think 3rd round. I'm trying to get him every time. I drafted him. I did a draft last night with Kelly, who's gonna be on the show tomorrow. I had the 3rd pick. I took Bijan at 103. Then I took Achan at 210, and then I took Hampton at 303. So I went triple running back to start. So 3rd round Hampton. I try to get him every time. Do you like Hampton? You like Hampton?
I like Hampton. I definitely like Hampton this year.
Yeah. Pate says, should I accept this trade? Giving away Calvin Ridley and Keon Coleman for Rome Odunze and Cam Ward. It's a 2 QB league. Yes, 100% yes. I was like, this is even, but like when he said 2 QB league, 100% yes. Yeah, definitely do that. You agree?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Ladd and Henderson for Neighbors and Benson. Who wins? I think Ladd and Henderson win because like Benson might not be a factor at all.
Yeah, the Connor could play the whole year.
Yeah,
it's a possibility.
Benson has shown us nothing yet. Like maybe he's gonna be good, but yeah, I think Ladd and Henderson win that trade. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching and commenting and drafting with us. Always a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow with Kelly. Awesome Kelly from Arizona is going to be joining with us. So I just did a draft with her, so that should be fun. Aju, great guest. We actually I invited you on because you were on the show when we did the live draft last year. And I had like positive commentary. I heard like, yeah, let's get this Aju guy on again. So
I don't know if it was a great host or not.
You were. Yeah. I loved having you on. So would love it again sometime.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. It was great to have you here, and always, just for waltedfootball.com, right? I've been using your site and your rankings for quite some time. I use it for all my drafts. I like your insights. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you. Thanks. You were great co-host. I feel like we had great back and forth, and you had a lot of great info. So, we'll definitely love having you on again sometime. But guys, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time. I think Kelly wanted like 9:30 or so. I'll let you know on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk.